In this video, we're exploring Pi's massive potential for explosive growth in 2025, especially with the upcoming bull run gaining momentum. Don't miss out on what could be a game-changing opportunity. At the time of recording, the market price of Pi sits at about $1.01, while its market cap is at around $6.8 billion, which undoubtedly represents a very good entry point for everyone looking to invest in a project with immense potential for growth, especially during the 2025 bull run. Pi is a cryptocurrency project that's all about making crypto easy and mainstream. Unlike Bitcoin, where you need to spend expensive computers in order to mine coins, you can mine it straight from your phone with Pi. The idea started in 2019, when a group of Stanford professors hoped to create a currency anyone can use without needing costly gear or reams of technical know-how. They built the Pi Network app, and it's now a giant network with millions of users known as pioneers, mining Pi on a daily basis. Basically, Pi aims to make a decentralized system where people are able to use this coin for real-world purposes, like buying products or services. It's not there yet, but the vision is to make crypto something everybody can be involved in, not just tech-oriented people or high-net-worth investors. So, how does Pi really work? It's quite easy and straightforward. Pi was created with the user's ease of use in mind, as it could be mined easily via Pi Network's app over one's mobile phone, whether you're using an Android or an iOS. You just need to join using an invitation code from someone already on the network, and once you're in, you need to click every 24 hours to activate your mining sessions. Your phone doesn't have to do heavy math problems unlike Bitcoin mining. Instead, Pi uses something called the Stellar Consensus Protocol, which is an energy-friendly way of agreeing on transactions. When you press that button, the app rewards you with Pi coins based on how long you've been mining and how many you've brought into the network. The more users that are on there, the more secure the network is. The token issuance model of the Pi network is built on a negative exponential decline, which means that the rate at which new Pi coins are mined slows down as the network expands and participation rises. It is designed to introduce scarcity and preserve long-term value, albeit in the same vein as Bitcoin's halving, but customized for Pi's mobile-first, community-based model. Initially, when Pi began in 2019, the minimum mining rate was higher, around 1.6 Pi an hour for early pioneers, but it has been reduced in stages as the network passed milestone numbers of 100,000, 1 million, and 10 million active users. For example, as of 2021, the rate dropped to 0.4 Pi per hour, and with the mainnet now fully open in 2025, it's even lower today, dynamically regulated based on total mined coins and network size. The idea is to reward early adopters while withholding the total supply, estimated at 100 billion Pi, from the market in a hurry, so that growth and health of the economy are maintained as more individuals sign up and use the network. Moving on, checking out the market history of Pi on CoinMarketCap reveals its listing price to be at about $1.852, and just like any other coin, it experienced certain market unfavorable conditions and dipped to its all-time low, marked at about $0.615 on February 20th. However, Pi in just a few days after the flop has grown to a remarkable all-time high record of about $2.98 on the 26th of February, 2025. This impressive hike in price underscores Pi's potential for explosive growth during favorable market conditions, especially during the incoming 2025 bull run. Pi's journey in the crypto world has been unique. It's not like Bitcoin or Ethereum, which started with tech-savvy folks and grew from there. Pi went straight for the masses, building a huge user base of over 18 million verified pioneers by now. That's a big deal because clearly a whole lot of people have been eagerly waiting to dive right into using Pi, and now that it has been listed, Pi is one of the cryptocurrencies that are bound to rise to the top faster than older altcoins. Along its journey, Pi has faced some serious criticisms, with some labeling it a scam because it spent so long in the transition from mining to trading. But nevertheless, the team keeps things going. With its successful listing, all-time high achievement, and recent developments and upgrades pointing to them being committed to making this a reality. Also, Pi has got a very strong community at its back and some key partnerships that are helping it grow. One big supporter is the Pi core team itself, led by those Stanford PhDs I mentioned. Beyond that, Pi has started working with real-world entities. One major collaboration that arose recently is with Bitmart, a cryptocurrency exchange. Early in March 2025, Bitmart started to list Pi for trading, taking a huge stride towards creating some market traction for Pi. It was no spontaneous decision. Pi Network's community worked with Bitmart to develop a trading system where pioneers could swap their Pi with other currencies. Bitmart is an excellent platform that brings in liquidity, so that there is enough Pi floating around to go either way without wild price swings. Also, Pi Core team has just combined Google's huge dataset comprising authorship, licensing, and versioning dimensions into the Pi blockchain platform to establish the PiOS standard license, with the data now forever immutable on the Pi server via port 2000. The development effectively bridges the gap between Google's Web 2 infrastructure, Google apps like Gmail, YouTube, and other websites, and Pi's Web 3 blockchain network via device-based interactions, in a manner that no additional PiOS registration will be needed for Google-hosted data henceforth. This uninterrupted integration will deeply influence the development of Pi in 2025, making the network a more open and ever more appealing gateway for a broader audience, especially Google's existing millions. With millions of pioneers on board, this development makes for a seamless shift from Web 2 to Web 3, encouraging a larger number of users to adopt Pi and further fuel its growth curve. It also makes it possible for entrepreneurs and programmers to develop applications based on this integrated system, thus enhancing Pi's potential and positioning itself as one of the best cryptocurrencies worth investing in at this time. Furthermore, the incoming 2025 bull run presents a perfect ground for many strong cryptocurrencies like Pi to manifest explosive growth. So, as the bull run heats up, with the Pi's mainnet live, partnerships growing, and millions of pioneers ready to trade, Pi could see a massive boost. If the bull run hits hard, Pi's price could jump 10x to 20x higher from its current valuation, which will place its market price at about $10 to $20 or more by the end of 2025. Why? Because the hype from 50 million users finally cashing in could create a frenzy for Pi in the crypto market. Imagine how many Pi tokens you can buy at this current valuation and how much you profit it could yield for you if either of these prices is achieved. There is no doubt that anyone who takes it up to buy into Pi, now that it's still hovering around $1, is positioned to bag bountiful profits during the 2025 bull run. So, waste no time and hop in. However, remember, this is not financial advice. Always do your research before investing your money in any coin.